Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of Expert-led series here at Pops Institute. And today we'll be looking at a very important topic around the political system here in Nigeria. And our guest for today is someone who has not only contested for local government chairman aspiration, but has successfully led political campaigns here in Nigeria. He has had a lot of experiences both inside and outside the political system, and he will be unpacking some of these realities. So if you are just joining us, sit back, relax, and don't forget to subscribe to Thops Institute. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So I'll be introducing our guest properly to you. He is the CEO of Canon Communication Limited. He's an editor-in-chief. He's a conveyor. He's a security analyst. He's a security sector and governance reform advocate. He's a multimedia consultant. He's a facilitator. In fact, he's so many things. Please join me as I welcome the phenomenal Senator Iragbu. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you very
It's
much.
so good to have you.
Thank you, and you too.
You look good.
Thank you very much. Just that my name, the public, I want to forgive her a little bit.
Okay.
So it's Senator Irebu.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
Senator Iregu. You're
Yes,
welcome on
but
the
we
show.
are together. Nice to meet you.
Okay, sir. So, do you think the Nigerians' major problem are related to the age of its leaders or just their mindset?
Okay, for Nigerian major problem politically, is issue of mindset, not age.
Oh, wow.
I know the issue of age has come up several times.
Yeah, because we
but-
have older people ruling
Yes,
us.
but I will explain later. Yes, why that is important, but mindset is the key. When they can say some people are young at heart. Why some people they can be young but very old in their
Yeah.
thinking. So is when I say issue of mindset is the way a matter of the way people think, your approach to governance, to decision making, and about issues of life. Somebody can be young or old, but what is his view, worldview, perspective, and ideology about issues? So in Nigeria, when you look at critically, you've seen where the so-called young ones are behaving badly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it's not issue of matter of age. Are you do you view life? Are you disciplined? Are you forward thinking? Are you creative? Are you adaptive in the way you approach things? So it's how you view things that we really tell. How are you able to make impact in the position or the decision you are giving? But in the Nigerian reality, why people are talking about age is because of for a long time, a set of leadership have held sway. But you've seen where young ones have been given opportunity. We've had a young person as a governor, but he didn't perform better than the old ones.
Yeah.
He still have that kind of still mindset that people are accusing the old ones of. So it takes to have a mindset shift, whether old or young. But now, because I don't want to go too deep aside the question, because I will explain to you where the issue of age may come into play.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, what qualities should a younger person possess to transform Nigeria?
Okay.
If they are given the opportunity.
Yes, if they are given the opportunity, young person should be able to be foresighted. You should be able to be revolutionary in thinking. You should be able to be reform-minded. You should be able to be energetic. Be able to be adaptive to change. ability to challenge the status quo, and be a communicator. So, for you to be for a young person, the advantage they see from you is that youthful energy you are bringing to work, to leadership. You be a hands-on leader because you still have your energy. You can be able to reach out to people. You can be able to meet people. You can be able to, and your experience, because you are coming from the people, you are more connected. You should be able to be relatable to the people. Then you should bring a fresh idea. Someone who is older might have his reality shaped by the ages gone by, but you are living in the present. So as a young person, you should be able to interpret actually the reality of the day, while also bringing what you've read of the history of the experiences of the past, merging it with your present reality, and you are closer, because for Nigeria, we have more youthful population.
Yes.
So you should be the voices of the people. You should be able to reflect their aspiration. You have to think of different perspective, different approach. So for a young person, like I said, for a sake of emphasis, you should be visionary. What is a vision? You should be led by a vision, you see. Then forward thinking, adaptability, you be a communicator, be able to read to people, and then you should be able to challenge the status quo. It's not that you come, okay, I've been invited to the table, I have to observe table manners, I have to come and chop. Now you relax and become part of the old guard of how things used to be. Then you see that there will not be changes. And that's why I've cited, there have been examples of young leaders in this country. There was a governor of a state in the North Central here, who was very young, but he didn't behave better than the older people. So we have other examples too, like him in other parts. They didn't bring anything. Why there have been some who have also shown some snippets of change ideology, like when Donald Duke was governor of Cross River State. He was a little relatively younger than you could see some of his revolutionary ideas, like the Tinapa. He brought tourism to Cross River, brought some form of dynamic to his style of leadership. So those are kind of things.
So this question is going to take you back to the first one.
Okay.
So Nigerians believe that if a younger person is given the opportunity to rule us, they will do better because they have the energy, they have the charisma, they can think, they can innovate, they can bring new changes, you understand, to help us go forward. And we can see that during this last election, somebody who was much younger, not so young, came up, but was not able to go in, even though he had all the should I say the plans. He was talking about things he would do to make Nigeria a better place, but he couldn't go in. Now Nigerians believe this way, that a younger person will do better. Now if in a situation where an older person has this mindset but does not have the energy to travel about to do all these things, what do you suggest?
So what I'm suggesting, like I said, why some of us are advocating for young people to start taking over. Not that, like I said, looking at age alone, it doesn't change anything. But just we believe that we've been led by some set of leaders in a certain way for a long time. And we feel that this set of leaders have not really brought the kind of Nigerian we desire. Maybe young leaders will bring fresh perspective, fresh thinking. They are not dogmatic, but the entrenched system is very, very rigid and deceptive in a way that when they are bringing some sort of these young leaders, they're already grooming them
to be like the older ones.
They are infusing them into existing system. So they become like them. And sometimes most of these young people are connected to the older ones, either as their godfathers or as their parents or as their relatives or as their fathers, so you check most of these political, they have a way they are connected. Is their children they are also benefiting. And most times the system, the benefit is the system that produce the kind of leaders we have. If you are bringing a new system, this set of leaders will not thrive in that system. So they do everything to protect that system. So if you are bringing young leaders, it will be young leaders that are radically detached from this system. So they will be the one that have to challenge the status quo, not the one that say, we've invited you to come and chop. Like we are having the set of young leaders we are having are those who are actually invited to the table to observe table manners, whose are also benefit products of the system. They are not like even the few ones we've had that are not from the product of the system. Like for example, in the last election, we've had a case of Okada person under Labour Party due to the wave. So some of them were elected from nothing. But when they got there, they dangle some positions, some this thing to them. Some of them have decamped to the ruling party.
Yes.
They've gotten overwhelmed because that's why I say for a young leader you must have a vision. Those people, you ask them what is their vision, they may not have vision. They just love the trappings of power. I just want to get there. I just want to be a senator. I just want to. They don't have any perspective. They don't have any ideology. They don't have any vision. They are not passionate to lead it, to make change, only to maybe to empower themselves to answer, to have a title. So that's why I say, not just being if you're a young leader, you have to be driven. You have to be, like in the past when you have this socialist, communist, you have some students in school who are socialist driven. They are socialists in nature. They are communists in nature. They are capitalists in nature. They are liberalists in nature. They are radical. When you heard of Soyinka when he was younger, he used his revolution. These are how young ones used to be. Over time, because of the politics of stomach infrastructure that this crop of leaders have built over the years. So they are grooming, looking for hungry young ones who want to fend for their family, who need money. They say, okay, it's money you need. Come and be my spokesperson. We'll put you they put them into payment structure. At the end, maybe probably someone who have not seen 500,000 and you are giving him 2 million. He will just become like how will I call it? There's a name, but in Igbo parlance we call it Otimpu, but there's a praise singer. They become attack dogs for the entrenched. These are what you are seeing, or they become thugs to political. From thuggery, before you know it, they want to compensate them. They promote them to local government chairman, or they find themselves. So people who have risen through such rank, they don't have any vision other than for quest for power, personal aggrandizement. So when we are talking about having young leaders, we should be able to know what kind of young leaders are we talking about.
Yes.
Are there those like in more advanced democracy, in a summer class, they actually mentor leaders, but they have schools through which they are mentored, and they groom them into an ideological base. Like one of the problems we are having in our system, in our political system, is not ideologically based. Most parties are not founded on ideology. If you go to UK, for example, you have liberals, you have conservatives, and they have young ones these parties are grooming. They even have certain schools they send them to. Then they start mentoring, they start becoming intern to some of these political office holders. They start grooming them in those ideology. So when they come, they already have a mindset, an ideologically driven mindset. But here, it's not the same. That's why you see someone can move from PDP to APC, APC to Labour, Labour to back, and they move so easily without any qualms.
Yeah.
Because they have no ideology, they have no belief. Their belief is money. Their belief is power. And what is power in Nigerian political power in particular? And what is the quest for political power? To decide who gets what and how much, how to distribute the wealth. So once the mindset is embedded and you are still bringing young ones in this, there will not be change.
Okay, sorry to cut you. You know, you have already answered this question in a way, but then it's more like we are digressing. Do you think the younger people are truly ready for leadership?
Yes and no. Yes, because you and I, as we are capable of leading.
Yes.
There's nothing special these our leaders are doing that you cannot do with level of education, with paraphernalia of aids that the state is allowed to provide you, advisors and all the resources. We can lead. But the thing is, now, are you resilient? Do you have the political will? Do you have the vision and ambition and passion? If you don't have the vision, if you are not rooted and you are just thrown there, you can be tossed about. You can be overwhelmed, because when you come there, you may not withstand the intrigues, because there are a lot of interests that will come and they are ready to kill. They are ready to push you down. They are ready to mow you down. They are ready to destroy you if you don't understand. And this is where experience comes in. And this is where they say, if you as a youth, maybe you don't even understand your left and right, you don't understand the political intrigues, you may not withstand it. But if whether you have the knowledge to understand what you want to do is another. You have to be grounded. So it's not just being young. You have to be young, but strong at heart, resolute at heart, visionary. So to that extent, yes, if youth, they have the skills, they have the tenacity, they have the knowledge, they have the ideology, they can lead. But until then, all these old but those old, but they understand the intrigues, we still continue running the show. Then continue to produce the kind of successors after their own image.
Okay. So there are some people that might be watching, younger people, that are wondering, so if this system is like this, how can I get into it, get into a position? I want to do this for my community. I want to do this for my state. They're actually thinking, how can they do this?
Okay. It's by, yes, for now, the system may not be what we want. They will have to continue trying. It's just one day, I come, I may be part of a party, but I may not completely like all the things they're doing. I continue looking at people of like mind, even within that party, and say, look, I can meet you and find out we share the same passion, the same ideology. I can say, Sean, I don't really like what this. We should start thinking something different. Begin to build like mind. They say Rome is not built in a day. Most times with that, we have this short-termism mindset, instant gratification. We don't want to go to the long haul, and we want it now. And once we don't get it now, we become discouraged. Or if we think for a long, and we feel that this thing is too overwhelming, it's not something I can be able to achieve in the next election cycle, we become discouraged. But you can, one thing about advanced countries, they have a long-term vision. Something in the next 100 years, they've already started planning it today. But you may not see the result now. You may not even see that they are doing something. Until one day they announce it. China have launched a sixth generation stealth aircraft. US have launched sixth generation stealth aircraft. And so you just see invention. Those inventions did not just pop up from the air. They've started planning it years back, like 30 years down the line. And they keep on trying, testing it. It will fail. They will come again. It will fail. They try it this way, it failed. They tried. Just like 7-Up, there was a story about it. They tried this one, they tried until the 7th time it succeed. But for our climb, we want it as it hot. As it hot kind of. Then as he cold, when we want it to hot, we give up. So we have to, for youth, it may not benefit, and most time we think we must do something that benefits us. We don't think about our children. That even if that's why we don't have sacrificial mindset. If it doesn't benefit me, I'm not doing. And if it don't benefit me, I'm not. So that's why we can't even consider for our children. We can't fight for them. We only say, what if you go and fight? I die. What do I die for? You don't know that you can die now, but it benefits your children. It must not be only when you join a political party. Just like this podcast you're doing now, you're contributing to the polity. You're shaping opinion. You're molding opinion. It must not be when you're in active politics. As those who are in the social media space, you can use, it's not only to use your platform to create content, to abuse people, to make unnecessary controversy. You can also use it to shape opinion, to influence policies and politics. Those are sort of things.
So, sir, what's your final word about the crisis happening in political parties here in Nigeria?
Okay, the political situation in the country is quite, I would describe it as disappointing and saddening. And this dovetail into the discussion we're having today about the issue of the young ones, the youth, because they are the one at the receiving end. Most of this, what it shows are most of these politicians, like I said, they're self-centered, they're after their own welfare. And what is their own welfare? How to grab, sustain power, run with it, maintain it, crush every opposition. So they're not even talking about governance, which affects you and I, which affects the youth. They are talking about how to retain power. And this is just barely a year or 2 years for the life of administration they're already talking about. And before you know it, the same thing will continue. It's like a circle. And this is why we're encouraging the young ones who are actually the most affected, whether bad or good in governance, to become politically aware, politically active. Like I say, you must not be in politics to make impact. Like I'll give you an example. The successful campaign run by the not too young to run campaigners, they are not politicians, but they successfully led that advocacy to ensure it becomes a legislation. And now the doors has opened, though there are other impediments, but it's left for us to make sure that we hold these leaders accountable, make sure that they are focused. It's because they are not focused, they have no ideology, and they are not afraid of the electorate. That's why they continue doing this way. But when they know that they can be punished by the electorate, they will sit up. But because the electorate have not been able to harmonize themselves into active pressure groups that can be able to influence decisions and ensure that the nearest we've had it in the recent was this obedient movement thing. So, but such kind of this thing can be, and if you notice up till now, they are still afraid about this group and calling them all manner of names. But this is kind of what we need, because as it stands, Nigeria is at a crossroad where what we have now is looking like a state capture, because we don't have varied opposition. The opposition parties are actually almost melted away. One crisis or the other, people are decamping to the ruling party. The legislature is not active. They say anything the executive said, headed by the president, the rubber stamp. The judiciary is questionable. The media even seem compromised, because they are not holding the leaders as it used to be. The civil society is almost gone. So the only thing we are having now is Nigerians on the social space, using various platforms like this podcast, Twitter, all these things, expressing their minds. And you see daily they're also still trying to see how they can suppress those voices. But this is where the youth use their youthful energy to mobilize, to speak truth to power. And this is the advice I'm giving the youth concerning this situation. Thank you. And on a lighter mood, my name, you owe me. You come to my class so that I teach you how to pronounce
I need
my
to do
surname.
that actually.
Irebu. Irebu.
So it has been an amazing time with Senator Iregbu. Wow. Thank you for coming on the show.
welcome.
It has been an amazing time, really. If you've watched this, you have to go over it again and again, and it will really help you. So if you are yet to subscribe to Tops Institute, do that right now. See you on our next episode. Bye.